Let's say that you're a perfectly responsible, middle-class, middle-aged adult who has done nothing but pay their bills on time and has saved diligently and never had to take out a loan. Hey, good for you! Unfortunately, it might actually be harder for you to purchase a home, simply due to the lack of credit, and you only get credit whenever you borrow money. Until now. The traditional FICO credit system is a little bit backwards. Okay, someone who has never taken on debt, hasn't needed it, has a good job, and has lived the debt-free lifestyle, gets punished for that in a way, versus someone who has opened up 5 credit cards, financed a car, and actually has a credit history. Yeah, well, it is weird. In fact, I was in a similar situation. I realized how important having a good credit score is, especially in the real estate industry in which I am in. So I basically had to open 2 credit cards, put a couple bucks on them, pay them off, get a small $2,500 personal loan, and basically just take out like these loans and these lines of credit just so I can kind of hack the system and get a decent credit score. And I mean, it worked, but it's just a waste of time. Anyway, thank God that there is a new system on the way, if not maybe already in place, to make just this backwards system streamlined and just make more sense. Short story long, it's gonna help you buy a house easier. My name is Greyson Roberts, a realtor and owner of Boss Properties. I'm really excited for today's video and to share the information with you because it's going to help over 10 million more potential home buyers qualify for a mortgage who didn't have traditional credit or even that good of credit. Okay, this is including people like me who want to invest in as much real estate as humanly possible. So I'll take any extra boost I can get to qualify for more loan. Now, although I am a local real estate professional, and if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in the greater Springfield, Missouri area, you can definitely give me a call. However, if after watching this video, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to go buy a house or I want to invest in some real estate, you can still contact me because I can refer you to the best agent in your neighborhood since I have that database. So let me do the hard work of finding the good agent in your area. Now, let's get into the changes and how they work. First of all, over 10 million additional people are going to be able to qualify or could be able to qualify for a home loan with these adjustments. The Federal Housing Financing Agency just announced that they're going to require mortgage lenders to incorporate this new FICO score system. So here's the gist of it. The new FICO score system is not only going to take into account of money that you have borrowed and the credit score you have now, but it's also actually going to take into account your utilities payments, your rent payment, and your phone bill, amongst potentially other things. But right now, that's all I'm seeing that's been published. So those 3 things, but that's 3 things that everybody has to pay. And that is huge. This will simply just result in more borrowers being able to qualify for homes, which is awesome. Depending on how you look at it. Some people who already have no problem getting loans and buying homes is like, well, now there's going to be more competition. And then, you know, sellers and homeowners are going to be like, well, there's more competition, so that's going to raise prices. I mean, it's going to have a wild effect on the real estate market, but long story short, I'm excited for it because, like I said, I work in the real estate industry and I'd love to be able to invest in some properties. And hey, this is good news for me. And I also like this because before, you know, rent was literally the biggest money waster. I mean, if you think about it, people who were spending $1,200 a month on rent were not building any equity. You're simply throwing that out the window and you weren't building credit for it, which makes sense because you only build credit when you borrow money. However, this kind of helps renters because it's like, okay, yeah, I am throwing my money out the window every single month, but I get to build up my credit. Although buying a home definitely builds your credit, but you know, you got to have some credit, aka rent payments, to be able to qualify for a mortgage anyway. And this is a system that makes sense because before, you know, if you go to the bank, maybe even right now, today, if they haven't rolled this out yet, and be like, yeah, I pay $1,200 a month in rent, and I would like to buy this home, and it would be about an $800 a month mortgage payment. Well, even though the mortgage payment is significantly cheaper than what you're currently paying for rent, you might, that doesn't mean by any means even close that you're going to qualify for that loan, which doesn't make sense, but this system will kind of help that. After all, if I can pay $1,200 in rent, surely I can pay $1,000 in a mortgage, because of course there are more expenses when it comes into home ownership versus, you know, just being a tenant. Currently, FICO themselves estimates that 53 million people don't have enough credit history to be scored. However, they say with this new system, it estimates that it can provide credit scores for 37 million people that of course aren't scored. Of those, the company VantageScore estimates that the average, the 10.7 million people that are about to have a credit score that wouldn't before, the average credit score is going to be about 620. So it's not like you're getting a terrible score. I mean, it's not great, but hey, if you have no credit, jumping to a 620, you're automatically able to qualify for certain loans. Well, it depends on a lot of extra stuff, but you really just need some good credit history to get the most desirable loan option. At the end of the day, this change will allow millions and millions of Americans to accomplish the dream of home ownership, paying down their own mortgage instead of their landlord's, building their net worth passively through appreciation, and just having pride of ownership and owning your dream home, or really any home. So there you have it. That's the new credit score system. I'm not a lending professional, so this is outside of my area of expertise. So consult with a lending professional in your area. And of course, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Springfield, Missouri area, I'll have it all squared away for the local lenders. But this sounds like a fantastic step in the right direction. And if you guys gained any value out of today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next Boss Properties video.